Am I the asshole for not wanting my potential future child to learn 3 languages when my other kids only know one? I am from California, but I am an expat and have been living in Germany for the past 15 years. I am male, 35. I have 2 kids from my first marriage, F15 and M10. They live with their mother in California. I don't have full custody and they visit me for summer. I have a girlfriend, Lena, 32, and we've been together for a few years. She's also an immigrant from another country. We have been talking potential future children and she said that she would want to teach them 3 languages from the very beginning, that it would be beneficial for them, etc. I asked how she wanted to do it and she said that I would speak to the child in English, she would speak to the child in her native tongue and the child would pick up German from surroundings, kindergarten, babysitter, etc. I told her it's a ridiculous plan and it would just confuse the child and she argued that on the contrary, stability is key, hence one parent, one language. Apparently, it's a known method. I told her that it's not something I would be comfortable with because it's confusing for a child. It's a lot of effort. The child would speak languages I don't understand. I admit, I don't speak German nor my wife's native language, and that the child would have harder time bonding with their half-sibling. That it would be unfair to my other kids who only speak one language and they would feel excluded when they come over because the house would have too many languages for them to feel comfortable. She asked me if I was being serious about all of this and I told her that of course I was. And she did something that I didn't expect she would do. She told me that she should have known better when I told her I haven't learned German and she should have expected that. She said she needed time to think and went to her apartment. I am only trying to think of all my kids and I don't think that I did anything wrong here. I genuinely thought I was right, but her reaction took me by surprise and I don't know anymore. Am I really an asshole for not wanting my potential child to learn more than one language? You are the asshole. You're refusing to let one child have different opportunities just because you couldn't give your other kids the same. And you have no business stopping her from teaching her child her own language. You are the asshole. First of all, no, your wife's plan isn't ridiculous, it's actually the best way to go about it. You want to deny your child a big opportunity just so you and your child don't feel left out, whatever that means. The kid will still share a language with you so there won't be any communication issue. It just sounds like jealousy on your part. Edit. I didn't realize at first, but you don't want your kid to speak another language besides English, despite living in Germany? At this point it's not denying him an opportunity, it's deliberately trying to put him at a disadvantage. You are the asshole. Only Americans see learning languages as a bad thing. To be multilingual is a gift. Studies have shown how easy it is for young children to learn languages. They are sponges. You know what else makes you an asshole? The fact you have been living in Germany for 15 years and still don't know the language. You are the asshole for being ridiculous about a hypothetical future child being a polyglot. None of your reasons are valid. You are the asshole. I also wondered if you were serious about this nonsense. Your worries are incredibly selfish. Giving your child the gift of multiple languages is so special and this should be a non-issue. Children aren't confused by language and would be fine. As for your other kids, I'm sure they'd be jealous they didn't have the chance, but that's not a reason to skip it. But after this conversation I would refuse kids with you anyway. Editing to add maybe you should put in the effort to learn a new language. You are the asshole. Massively. That the child would have harder time bonding with their half-sibling. But you have no problem cutting your child off linguistically from their mother's entire side of the family. This is so mind-bogglingly selfish I have to ask. Why did you even bother moving to another country and getting into a relationship with your partner if you are so fundamentally disrespectful of the languages? I hope your girlfriend takes this for the massive red flag it is. Am I the asshole for asking my friend to please Venmo me back after I gave him money for a plane home? My friend, 20M, and I, 19F. Both go to school in the US. But we are both in a foreign country in Europe to gain work experience. The internship is unpaid, but the school provided a small stipend to pay rent for those with financial need. My friend and I both got the stipend. We have a week and a half left here. My friend suddenly told me he needs to fly to Austria to see his mother. He's a citizen of Austria, but our school is in the US, because she's sick. She had cancer in the past, and he said they think it might have come back. He has no more stipend money, so he asked me to loan him $110 for the plane. I found out he's actually in Paris with his girlfriend. My other friend showed me his private Instagram story. His mom is fine. I got upset at him since he deceived me, and he admitted it and said, "But you wouldn't have given me the money if I told you the truth." I said he needs to give me back the money so I can eat, because I'm stuck here another week with basically no money for food. He is ignoring me now, and my other friends are saying it's warranted because of my harsh words for him. I literally have like $15 to eat for a week and a half. I need the money so I don't starve alone in a foreign country. But they're acting like I'm being an unreasonable person for demanding it, and he isn't answering. Not the asshole, but contact his parents and ask for the money. Not the asshole. He lied about why he needed it, and not just that, but he used a fake cancer scare as the excuse so he could go see his GF. That kinda lie is just manipulative and dirty. Why didn't his girlfriend pay for him? And him saying he knew you wouldn't have given him the money otherwise proves he knows it was wrong. No amount of harsh words from you makes what he did okay. I'd be blowing up his phone and social media until he gave it back. Probably the GFs too. If he blocked me, I'd start telling all his friends how he used his mother to steal money from me. He is no longer a friend. All bets are off. Not the asshole. I'd call his mommy and tell her what he did. He brought her into this situation, so use it. I wonder what would happen if you called his mother looking for him. Explain that you lent him money to come see her because she's sick, and you hope she's okay, but you need to ask him something regarding school. I wonder what her reaction would be. Yes, that's petty. I wonder how his mom would react if she knew her son was lying and using her past cancer to get party money out of people. You equals not the asshole, of course. Not the asshole. This person isn't your friend. He used you for money and is leaving you with nothing to eat so that he can party with his girlfriend. That's not a friend. He owes you the money, and he likely will never give it back. Never loan him anything. And until he gives it back with a very sincere apology about how wrong he is, then you don't need to associate with him. Is there a food pantry near you? Or a church, mosque, or synagogue that runs a soup kitchen? Any sort of aid or emergency voucher the school can give you? Not the asshole. I'm shocked at how many friends, on threads like these, back the perpetrators of these behaviors. Can your family help you for a little while? Am I the asshole for demanding my neighbors return my daughter's bike that she give them? Yesterday I noticed my daughter, 12, come home without her bike, looking a little upset. I asked where her bike went and she said she gave them to her friend who lives across from us. Now I'ma be honest, I was a little upset to hear that she gave away her bike, as I'm a single mother of 8. Side note. Don't judge me, only 4 of the children are biologically mine, the rest I adopted due to my friend passing away and my sister's mental health problems. I worked extremely hard to get my daughter that bike. It was literally over $1,000, but my daughter really wanted and loves it, so it was also a surprise to me. But I let it go because at the end of the day I brought my daughter the bike. It's not up to me control what my daughter decides to do with it. Later that day I hear my daughter crying in her room, so I knock on her door to make sure she's okay. She broke down and admitted that her friend's mom pressured her into giving away her bike, even though she didn't want to. Now my daughter has already given her friend her old bike after she upgraded, so I honestly don't understand how selfish this woman is. The next day I went over to the neighbor's house to speak to the mom without my daughter and demanded she returns the bike, telling her she better return the bike or I will report it stolen, and that she had no right stealing my daughter's bike from her. She denied stealing it, but in the end give my daughter's bike back. She told me that I'm a psycho bitch who clearly has issues and that she doesn't want her daughter involved with people like me, so she'll no longer be allowing her daughter around mine. When I told my daughter that, she became really upset and blamed it on me. My daughter was really close to the neighbor's daughter and is now mourning losing a friend. I now feel like how I approached the whole situation was wrong, and that I couldn't been more sensitive about the whole issue in order to salvage their friendship. Your daughter is 12 years old, and any agreement she makes with an adult is not valid. That is your bike, not your daughter's. By the way, you have 8 kids and have a $1,000 bike for a 12 years old? What? When she gave it away, you initially just let the issue go. Are you okay in the head? Your daughter is upset. Big whoop. You'll see her upset 1,000 more times. It's life. She'll be fine. Maybe you could have handled it better, but it sounded like that family was manipulating your daughter, and even though she down a friend, this might be better for her in the long run. Not the asshole. Your neighbor and her daughter are toxic, extremely manipulative, and likely experts to guilt trip or put the blame in others. Stay away from them as far as possible, and please, have a serious conversation with your daughter. She needs to understand that a true friend will never steal from her, put her down, manipulate and guilt-trip her or treat her like she is less than others. Your daughter should cut off that false friend from her life completely. She needs to learn emotional skills to avoid falling in similar situations. Trust your guts. When something doesn't look right. Not the asshole. I don't see how a minor can legally give away household possessions. Do you have proof of ownership, a receipt or the like? Small claims court is quite inexpensive if it comes to that. Not the asshole. I think you handled this perfectly. You let your daughter have autonomy, but stepped in when you realized an adult had taken advantage. Sure, your daughter is upset about a potentially damaged friendship, but this is an opportunity to teach her that not everyone has her best interests at heart, boundaries and more. Keep doing what you're doing. You got this, mama. Not the asshole. I remember when I was a kid and this one other girl always tried to make me feel bad and give her things. Luckily my parents never let anything like that happen. Obviously this lady is a little unhinged. But hey, there are a lot of people like that, and you are just going to have to teach your daughter that when someone is trying to be scummy and manipulate her to go to a trusted adult. I don't think you overreacted. The mom obviously knew what she was doing. Am I the asshole for pretending not to know my sister in a class that we're both in? This happened at the start of summer, but its effects are still ongoing. I'm 17 male, taking AP Physics 1 this summer so that I can take AP Physics 2 in my senior year. My sister also is taking AP Physics 2 and therefore is also taking AP Physics 1 this summer in the same middle college as me. The thing is that she's going to be a junior. It's embarrassing as hell to have my younger sister in the same advanced class as me, and I genuinely hate it. On one of the first days of class at the beginning of June, my sister came to my table to ask me a question, and I responded with, "Wait, sorry, who are you?" She laughed, but I repeated it in a serious tone. She responded with, "I'm your foo," and then I cut her off and told her that I don't help absolute randos in class. My sister could tell I was being dead serious, so she just laughed a bit and shook her head and walked away. I'm not lying when I say this. We haven't spoken a word to each other since that day. At first it started with my sister ignoring me, but then I got kind of petty and started to ignore her, and well, we're in the present time now. Our parents don't notice because they're always busy at work, and at the dinner table they're the ones who initiate conversation. Am I the asshole in all this? Here is how a well-balanced, mature older brother responds. I have rewritten your entire interaction just in case. Advice isn't clear enough. Big bro. How awesome is it that we are in the same class? I am so proud of you. Let me know if you need any help. Together we will ace this class. Lil sis. I am so happy that I get to study this challenging class with my big bro. This could be a real bonding experience. End scene. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Your sister is going to be a success at everything she does, and I hope she rubs it in your jealous face for the rest of your life. You're pathetic and jealous. You are the asshole. Insecurities like this are going to wreck so many relationships for you. You are the asshole for sure for treating your sister like that. So childish. And I really hope you don't treat absolute randos in your class like that, because that makes you sound kinda like a bully. You don't have to help anyone if you don't want to, but talking to people like that makes you a huge asshole. It sounds to me like you're insecure because of your sister's intelligence and you're treating her like shit because of your own insecurities. Is it because she's younger than you or because she's a girl or both? Either way, that's not an acceptable way to treat her when she's done nothing wrong. Apologize to her for being a dick and don't be mean to people for no reason. JFC, I hope she does much better than you in both classes. You're a complete tool. You are the asshole. As an older sister that has a genius brother Little who has interned at NASA twice so far and he just finished sophomore year. It sucks to sometimes feel inferior. However, it's so important to support and love your siblings. They look up to you and you should try your best to be each other's support system. Especially with your parents' disengagement.